Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our bi-weekly, as proof will tell. We have been skipping a week every time we do a stream. But it pays off. We get quite a bit done. So, Aiden.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, today we have a lot of things to show off.
I am very excited to show off these new features that we have implemented for the game.
Absolutely. Why don't we go ahead with the first thing, Aiden? What do we see? What's the first thing that we notice from when we join in?
So, when we join in, first thing we're going to see is our overhead UI. And this overhead UI is going to contain your username, and below the username is your group rank of when you're in the group. Whatever rank you have in that group, it will show your rank right there. And then above that, we have test subject and a new test subject. So test subject at the top is what team you are on. So it's displaying what team you are on. And below test subject, as you can see, it says new test subject. That means it is displaying the rank of what team you are, basically. So it's basically displaying the rank of like what rank you are for that team, basically. So, and that will follow up what we will be talking about when it comes to the X system we have. But above that, we have some icons, and there's going to be more icons to this GUI, but as you can see, there's two icons at the very moment. And the first one we have is our developer icon. It's a hammer and wrench, if I'm looking at it correctly. And on the right side is also a hammer. It's just a singular hammer. That stands for moderation. So if you see one of those, it would be it is basically representing our moderators, basically. So every time you see someone with that badge, they are one of our moderators or staff members. Either way,
And
you'll know who they are.
Exactly. And now for the other icons, Aiden, I'm going to explain them to you as they pop up because the stream might be delayed for you. So our first icon is the Roblox Studio logo. What do we know that as for famously within all of our games?
That logo is is for our employees from Roblox Entertainment Studios.
So it's one of our like film crew members and all of our people that basically make a lot of the production content for like these games. And so if you see anybody with this badge, that's what that is. It's a person who works in our studio rather than the actual game development team.
Pretty much.
Then,
Zach, would you like to move? What would you like to move on to?
yeah, we'll let everybody find out these badges on their own. So the next thing,
Pretty
obviously,
much.
Aiden brought up our little rank system. So
Yes.
I think this is very cool because we had mentioned this before when we first were looking into our game. We said that we were going to have a functioning rank and authority level system. So with that, this little thing we just completed this week. The rank system was an absolute pain. Myself, as the programmer for this game, it took, I guess, a reasonable amount of time that it would take to make a rank system with the amount of struggles and, implementing all of the data involved with each team and, making a very flexible but very, 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 very powerful rank system. Now, notice how we are a test subject. Obviously, this is going to be changed in the future. We're going to make it so that as you rank up, it'll update on the actual UI. But for right now, whenever you respawn, this will refresh. But as of right now, let's go ahead and we will go to our server, and we will go to myself, Team XP, and let's say we're on test subject. We have no XP here, Aiden. What do we want to give ourselves? Now, keep in mind our limitations here from what I sent you earlier. I think our limitation is useful subject is 50, experimentee, etc. The highest number being 750. Between 0 and 750, which value would you like to choose for us?
What if we go to 250?
So let's go to 250. So now I have 250 XP on this team. So now if I reset, or say I die, right? And I respawn. Now I'm a reliable subject. So now I have a new rank that I will now inherit on this team. And voila. And this all saves. So once you leave the game, you will still have this title. You'll have everything here. Aiden, there's one thing that we were going to implement, but we didn't do it this week. We'll have it done as of like next stream.
Perfect.
But Aiden, what are we gonna do with this when we get maximum rank for the team? What's gonna pop up above this?
There is going to be a special icon that will appear when you reach the maximum team capacity of XP.
I'm just letting you know, by the way, you're cutting out a lot. I don't know if it's your
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Is it much better?
Absolutely.
All right. So back to what I was saying. Once you reach the maximum rank for that team alone, there is going to be a special icon that appears at the top of your UI, and it will basically be a crown. Basically, that indicates that you have reached the maximum rank of that team, basically. So, and this is only for the team that you've reached the maximum rank on. Say you're a test subject, you're on the test subject team, and you reach the maximum rank for test subject, but say you switch to, what other teams do we have, Zachary?
And this will actually take us to our next thing too, also, which is our team switcher UI, which I think was pretty cool that we made.
Yeah, but like I was saying,
yep, go ahead.
Site management, say you switch to site management or facility operations and you're not the maximum rank for that team, that icon will disappear.
And then, oh no, it went away because we are not the max rank on this team.
Pretty much.
Now you may have noticed also, once we switch teams, that we don't have the tool on the test subject team, but we do on the facility operations. This is basically one of our other things that we have team-only tools. It was a pretty simple concept, but there will be different tools for each team, obviously. But let's go into what we got here for facility operations. So if you look very closely, I had mentioned we were going to fix the access cards, like the detail that's on it, and how it basically projects the player's icon and the rank. That is all fully functional now. So as you can see, it'll display your rank for that team, and it will show your player icon on it, which I thought was a very good touch here. And there's some nice pixelation here. We got some really good quality on this card, so we kind of we upgraded the quality of the card. But yeah, there you go. And people will be able to read this and bring up a special GUI. It'll basically display all this information and probably a couple extra things. And it will tell them if you are above them or not, or if they are below you, etc. So that'll be in a future video. Not sure if we're going to have that functional before the release. That probably will be after a release, which we still haven't planned yet. But what's the
If we were to move on,
We have
what else would you like to talk about, Zachary?
so we got the in the team switcher. So you notice how
That's
when
right.
we are on facility operations, we have this little gray lock symbol on our team that we're on. So this is our little warning system that we built into our team switcher. And basically, if you click on this, it'll say, error joining team, and it'll tell you why you can't join the team. So obviously, you don't. We're having a feature where if you join the team, it will lock behind you so that you can't rejoin it while you're on it, because then that would just allow users to respawn themselves and do a whole bunch of other things that we don't want players to do. So we've locked the teams. Also, another thing, if I am to go to a lower see, I notice a bug right now, even while we're testing. This username, we're going to make that go away. I just forgot to do that. Let's see what we do here. Let's go down to, let's say, 50 XP, okay? And this will change whenever you get new XP. So obviously you can unlock this right away. But notice how I have a bunch of more locks now. I can't join all these teams. So you will unlock these teams as you rank up with your global XP. Global XP is earned as the access levels. So let's say I go on test subject, and now I want to try and join facility again. It'll say I need 36,000 XP, global XP to join that team, and I currently have 50. So it'll tell you how much you have in the time of you clicking the button. And then, yeah, this one's probably 27. Sorry, I'm still looking at all this stuff I did. And then this one I think is 21, 30,000. Sorry. All right. Anyway, so security will be unlocked at 75. So you have to play the game just for a little bit. Not very long, probably for like 10, 15 minutes, just so you can learn the game. And then you can unlock security, and you can play as these first two facility roles, which are medical research and the research team. So if I go on, the scientists, you have you get like a little uniform here for the scientific team, and yeah, there you go. So Aiden, what's the last thing we want to show everybody? The grand finale, that we said we were going to work on and present to our wonderful audience here.
I think the last thing that I think is the grand finale for the stream is it two things or one thing? So I'm looking at the list here.
It's all one thing.
Oh, okay. This I actually really enjoy because I think this is a very cool feature that Zach has created. Let's move on to the threat level system of the facility. And basically, this threat level system determines basically the threat level within the facility. If there's any hostiles in the facility, how many hostiles are in the facility, if there's, an anomaly breach within the facility. So basically, if we go over to our threat level panel here, we have low, which will already be on the default. So basically, join a new server, it's basically already going to be on low because that is the default threat level already. Now, we have medium, high, and extreme. And what happens is that if we press medium, something is going to happen. So, Zach, what's going to happen if we press medium?
Well, why don't we go ahead and find out? So as we can see here, there was a very, very loud siren. Basically, that sound is dependent on what way you click. So if you're from low to a higher, like for example, if you go from low to medium to high, that sound's gonna go off. If you click anything that's lower than the current one you're on, it will make a different sound, Aiden, and it will make like this very beep sound here.
And that's basically to not get any confusion, so people know that the threat level system is going up if it's going down. So that's a very good feature that was implemented in the threat level system alone.
Which this was obviously in the programming, just a little behind the scenes. Basically, we had to use a bunch of numbers to kind of determine where the sound would play. So it took maybe a couple minutes to figure that one out, to see how we would do it. And yeah, this is all coinciding with the alarm panel. So basically, if it's determinant of the severity of whichever alarm it is, or just the overall site's threat. Let's say we had an anomaly breach. It might be wise to bring us up to medium. Obviously, this sound will... Let me just turn this off. The sound, we're going to make a little quieter. Obviously, it's a little too loud, and it's not actually playing from anywhere. We're going to upgrade our sirens up here to have little speakers, so they're a little more realistic. And those speakers, there will be... the sound will come from those instead of the actual bulb. And with that also, Aiden, I'm pretty sure we have an old friend who's going to be coming back to speak for us. Not literally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think we know who that old friend is, who will come out of those speakers.
He was amazing. And he may have gotten shot once, but he's still alive.
Why don't we go ahead and just show them what we're talking about here, that gunshot. Oh, no. It didn't work. Okay, well, it's a good thing we're redoing them all anyway, so...
Don't worry, we'll be going through everything before we
yeah.
release the game.
So yeah, I think we did a good job here in basically kind of presenting all of the new features that we're adding to the game. Aiden, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't think there's anything else other to add unless I'm mistaken. But if anything comes to my mind, I will definitely let the people know of what's going on. But so far, like, this is basically what we've been working on so far, and like, I'm really enjoying these features. I'm sure the community will enjoy them as well, because we've worked very hard. I mean, specifically you, Zachary, you've worked very hard on these. And, but you know what? At the end, it's going to be worth it. And I don't think people notice this exactly, but obviously, when you switch to a different team, you know, we have outfits, you know, security department, like, they're going to have, you know, like a vest, you know, they're going to be, like, wearing, like, you know, I don't know if this is going to be implemented, but, like, they're going to be having, like, a, you know, like a riot shield helmet on their face, like what they're wearing. If, like, that's an idea you were thinking about.
Yeah, of course. Also with that,
But,
we have, for certain teams, there will be an armory. And you'll be able to, basically, with your in-game money, which isn't a thing yet, you'll be able to buy your own stuff and, like, put on, like, vests and stuff. Like for example, the security team doesn't have any of that yet, as on default. So you'd have to buy one from your armory, and it would put it on you for that for that life, basically. And then it will give you extra health buffs and whatnot. So that will be added, as well as the helmets and stuff. I think we're gonna give helmets and vests, I believe, some health benefits. So Aiden, why don't you tell them what we're gonna be starting next week?
what we will be starting next week is probably the most exciting because we're going to be working on our combat system, which will involve fists for the subjects to fight, as well as guns involved for the security department, facility operations, and every other team that basically is a combative team. And, I think it's going to be very exciting because that's just basically the majority, like, of what the game needs. Like, it's a very important feature, and I think it's best like we start working on it right now. But I'm gonna be very excited to see how this will turn out.
Absolutely, and obviously once we're done programming and doing all of the essential core things that we need to do for the game, then we're going to be hard at work at building the facility and putting everything into the game, and then hopefully a release.
And then over the course of that time, we'll see how our community likes it. And if they have any bugs that they need to report, they can just do that in our communication server, which is our Discord server that you can find in the description of this live stream.
I believe we have a little present for that if you guys report bugs.
Oh, that's right.
You know what? Why don't we bring that up real quick while you're on the topic of bugs and stuff. If we go back to our badges, we're gonna have a little waitlist system. If you have reported a bug to us, our development team will issue you a permanent little bug hunter helper badge, and it will look just like this. You'll get like a little purple icon above your head with a little bug on it. It's like a little present from us. It sets you apart from all the players.
And it's basically a thank you. And I think how this is going to be implemented is this will work exactly is like if you report a decent amount of bugs within our game, then you will definitely receive a badge as a thank you.
There's one more I did want to point out as well. And this one we had way back in the day when we made another game. I think it was called Frosty Hills Prison, right? That's a big name drop.
Very big name. And you know what? That was, we've created like a lot of projects, throughout the years. And, Frosty Hills Roleplay and Strict Roleplay was a very active community that I loved because it was active almost like every day that we gathered people together to just, simply have fun and enjoy the game. And that's what I really like about this, but I think because of the new, because of the amount of experience that you have, Zach, when it comes to development, there's so much more features that are be added to this game that we are working on right now. And I think this is going to bring a bunch of new players into the game to play, where they will play it on a daily basis. And of course, over the course of that time, we're going to be adding more updates, and that's what will keep the game interesting and interactive.
Absolutely. We have a bunch of big ones planned after release as well, so you'll have to stay tuned for those when the game comes out. But there is one more badge I wanted to point out, and that's the reason I mentioned Frosty Hills, is Aiden. The ambassador badge is like the icon, purple icon with the handshake. Do you remember what that one's for?
If I stand correctly, that means that you are contributing to the community by, I believe, gaining us some players, if I'm saying correctly.
That is correct. If you give us a if you're able to invite a large number of people, you will receive this badge as also another special thank you.
It's like the inviter program of how Roblox was back in 2012, I think.
Yeah, yep. That's right. this was kind of a little play on that, and we wanted to kind of bring it back to life, but privately in a game. So we have the ambassador badge in our game, and it is fully obtainable if you contribute by inviting a lot of people to our game. You will get this icon.
But with that being said, Zach, is there anything else would you like to go over?
No, I think we've covered everything today. So we're going to continue to work on this UI. This will be obviously the help section. The last thing, actually, which we're going to do, there's going to be another icon in between these two. And it's going to be like a megaphone icon. And that's going to be how you function the broadcast part of this screen. So we will we'll show you this probably next stream. That's going to be one of our next things. But next week we're going to start our combat system. And then once our combat system is finished, we've pretty much done most core things. And then we got to build the facility and then kind of figure out which anomalies we're putting in the game and whatnot. And like all the writers have to start scribbling away. So, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. And I thank you guys for watching. And we will see you in the next stream for our devlogs.
See you guys.